All right, example 5 says, use the box method to multiply and then factor. So here is our polynomial, and it's already been factored out by 2. And so what we're going to do in this first box is we're going to use the distributive property, and we're going to distribute that 2 into the binomial. So we take 2 times x, and we get 2x. And then we take 2 times 3, and we get 6. Now I'm going to show you how to do that same process using a box. So what we do is we take the terms and we put them outside the box. So 2 and then x plus 3, so the 2 pieces. And then what we do is we multiply. We take 2 times x and we get 2x, so that goes inside the box. And then 2 times 3, which is 6. And then we put a plus. So we get the same answer, 2x plus 6. We can also now factor using the box. So what we do is we start with the black terms, 2x plus 6, those go inside the box. And then we're looking for the GCF. So what is the GCF of the row? And what you can do is you can take out a 2 from 2x plus 6, and you can take out an x and a 3. So then when you do is you multiply, you get 2 quantity x plus 3. All right, so now let's go on to a binomial times a binomial. So we're going to distribute. So we're going to do the FOIL method. So x times x is x squared. Outside, x times 2 is 2x. Inside, 3 times x is 3x. 3 times 2 is 6. And then I combine my like terms, and we get 5x. And we call this method first, outside, inside, last, or the way to remember it, FOIL. And we do that when we have a binomial times a binomial. Now let's organize it using our box. So what we do is we take the outside terms, x, and then plus 3, and then x plus 2, and we multiply. So x times x is x squared. X times 2 is 2x. 3 times x is 3x. 3 times 2 is positive 6. And then we're going to know that these two terms are alike. So they're going to combine to give you 5x. So when we write it in simplest form, we combine those red terms to give you 5x and then plus 6. Knowing this box method is going to help us when we get into factoring our quadratics that our a is not equal to 1. All right, example 7. Now we have a quadratic equation, and our a value equals 1. So our a is 1. So what we want to do first is identify the a, b, and c. So the a is 1, the b is 5, and the c is 6. Now we're going to go ahead and set up our diamond. So the top of the diamond is multiplying a and c together. The bottom of the diamond is add b. So here's what I mean. What we do is we multiply a and c together. So 1 times 6 is 6. And then the bottom is going to be your 5. And we're looking for numbers that multiply to AC that add to B. So I'm just going to create a little chart here. So multiply So AC multiplies to 6. So what are some multipliers of 6? So 6 times 1, negative 6 times negative 1. Positive 3 times positive 2, negative 3 times negative 2. Now we're looking to see which number adds to B, which is 5. So now we add. 6 plus 1 is 7. Negative 6 plus negative 1, negative 7. 3 plus 2, 5. Negative 3 plus negative 2, negative 5. Again, we're looking for the one that adds to B. Adds to B. So this is the one that adds to B. So then the sides of the diamond will be the two numbers that multiply to AC that add to B. So we put the 3 here and the 2. Now we're ready to write the answer. So our answers are always going to be two binomials, x and x. And now we take the sides of the diamond, positive 3, positive 2, and those go right there. Now, if you wanted to write the polynomials or the binomials as x plus 2 and x plus 3, that also is acceptable. All right, let's do another one. So we want to set up the diamonds. We have to identify who is the A, B, and C. So the A is 1, the B is negative 11, and the C is negative 12. So the top of the diamond is multiplying A and C together. The bottom of the diamond is adding to B. So A times C, so 1 times negative 12 is negative 12. The bottom of the diamond is your B, negative 11. So we're looking to see what multipliers of negative 12 add to negative 11. So I'm going to create a chart. Now, if you can do this in your head, that's fine also. So we're factoring negative 12 that adds to negative 11. And once you find it, you can be done. So I'll say negative 3 and positive 4. When I add those together, I get positive 1. It's not there. Now let's say I want to say positive 6 and negative 2. When I add them together, I get positive 4. Not it. Then let's say I want to do negative 12 and positive 1. When I add them together, I get negative 11. I found it, I can stop. So these are the numbers that go on the sides of my diamond. Negative 12, positive 1. So now in factored form, it's going to be a binomial and a binomial with the variable x. And then the sides of the diamond, the negative 12 and the positive 1, are going to be the two binomials. And that's how you factor using the diamond method. And we do this when our A equals 1. So we have an equation like this: ax squared plus bx plus c. This A number must be 1 in order for us to be able to do this method.